Don't ask me why I'm dressed like this. There's no reason. Why aren't you dressed like this? I think it's a better question. Alrighty, so apparently, after multiple of my videos, I had apparently been critical on Connor's setup and his recording situation, and I had repeatedly wondered why he didn't have his own recording space. Due to the fact that I know that it's not that difficult to set up even just a tent-style recording booth if he does a lot of recording. And I had gotten a little bit of, back and forth with some people. Some people got lippy. Some of you muggles got lippy. So when Connor posted a video talking about his new studio, people wanted me, and there was a lot of you, emails, messages, and comments on some of the older reaction videos wanting me to review and react to his studio to see if it was to my liking. Now, I've never really been too hard on, at least to my knowledge, too hard on his process, on his setup, on his life, and where he records and how he records. Everyone's to each their own. But we'll see. We'll see if it meets my standards, as it were. So here we go. This is CDawgVA. This is my new studio in Japan. So here we go. I know you all have been begging for another CDawgVA reaction video. I don't know why. I don't get it. But okay. Merry Christmas, and don't ask for anything else again. Now, you can keep asking, but why is it him?
What is up, my
Why is it always him?
A few weeks ago, I asked you guys in one of my videos, do you want to see a house tour of my house and studio when it's all done and set up? And most of you said yes, a resounding yes. So right now I'm currently in my office, but I'm going to show you all of my house first. I'll do that very quickly because I'm going to be talking mainly about the office.
I mean, that is why I'm here.
About how I did some stuff, so maybe if some of you want to take some inspiration, you can do that.
Definitely a fan of JoJo in his background.
I said, damn bitch, you live like this.
And Connor, please clean that up.
If Felix is watching this, I'm trying to clean up, but I didn't want to clean it all up because I just wanted to make the video. I didn't want to clean before the video. That's no fun. So most of you have already kind of
Come on, man.
House, right? So I'm going to be taking you.
That's a good look at the studio. We'll Can't wait to get to that.
A very fast tour of the place. So you guys
I don't think I saw that video on the previous studio. So
my front door. It's a door.
In fact, I don't remember seeing a video on his full house walkthrough before. Maybe I did. I definitely did do a reaction to it. So, yeah.
Cool.
It's going to be a whole thing.
Behind me, I think I might have showed you guys this a little bit, but it's just been turned into a full-on storage area where I throw things that I'm not using. So these shoes typically...
I mean, it's a closet with plenty of space and shelving. That's what it's supposed to be. What was it for, alternatively? What would he normally have in there? This is the guest bedroom.
To go in there. I'm just too lazy to keep putting them away, so I just kind of leave them there. The Coca-Cola slippers, of course, can't forget. And I don't know why there's a plastic bag there. I think I should probably put that in the trash.
For the love of God.
I don't know why that's there. Also, from the same game video with Chris that I've yet to move. Let me show you the finished bed.
Jesus, man.
It's not that amazing. It's just my bed, and I really should have made it before I made it.
Connor takes you to all the different rooms he leaves a mess in. That's what this video should be called. I didn't even know it was like that. I didn't know it was that bad. Ugh. All right.
But I forgot to do that. And if you turn around here with
my bed is never made up
chair
here.
Is there. As we all know from the previous house tour, for some reason I would just take my living room chairs and just scatter them around the house. This is where I just keep the clothes that I'm going to wear the next day, aka jeans and stuff. Right here, I have...
Having a chair in your bedroom is not that weird. A lone chair in a single room, that's, that's a little creepy, though.
Which is an old monitor. Remember that? I actually got a stand for it this time. Look at that.
Yay!
Look at me being an adult. Check this out. I got some fake grass, and I got a table and chairs there. And I have a little lantern down here. It's really cute.
Is that the entire patio?
Outside. I really wish I could show you guys what's outside my balcony. because it's a nice view, but
It'll
unfortunately,
stalkers.
I have a feeling that people would figure out
Yes.
where I live extremely.
Dude, yes. You have no idea how quickly people can pinpoint that stuff. Are you kidding me? Good call, man.
Quickly, and I don't want to deal with that. I'm
No.
glad I actually put some effort into doing it this time. I spent a lot more time in the initial weeks, kind of finishing touches on stuff and getting stuff that I wanted. So I went to IKEA and bought their finest cheap furniture and outdoor stuff, as I'm sure everyone has seen that fake grass and that tiling before. It's like the IKEA default. I'm just.
He put in some effort. Give him points for some effort.
Welcome to the area that people loved so much last time, my kitchen. And yeah, it's messy. It's still messy. Okay. Yep. Plastic bags
yeah.
everywhere. My dish is there. This is the dishwasher.
Oh,
which is amazing
he actually hangs
because
up
I've never
his
had one before. And it's great
gloves.
because what I do
Most
is
people don't
I
do
just
that.
keep all the clean dishes.
I would hang them up the other
in
way
here,
so I can
and
make
I
sure
never
to
put them away.
trip out.
I forget, and I'm lazy. So this is now another drawer, but it's just fancier than this.
Huh.
Another problem I'm having is that whenever I order Uber Eats, I get a brown bag. Problem is,
What the shit? How many times do you order Uber Eats? You have 3 trash cans. I assume different levels of recycling. Please tell me he's been here for a long time. Those are huge. How much you getting, man?
I order a lot of Uber Eats.
Yeah, no
Normally in
shit.
Recycling, if you want to get rid of paper or small pieces of cardboard, you put them in a brown bag and just take them out. So that's why I normally keep them. But yeah, I have too many. Here is my love.
They're all in brown bags. Just keep folding them and shoving them in one of the bags. And then when that one's full, take it out. Oh, God. Oh, I'm not even going to survive to the studio. This is 20 minutes. Oh, I'm a little bit of a neat freak. Clutter. For those who know, I used to live in basically a hoarder's house. My family was very much hoarding stuff, and there was always clutter, and it always gave me anxiety. And so when I first got my apartment, I just cleaned the shit out of it, and everything was organized. And I spent every free day just putting things where they were. So this is probably gonna bother me. I'm a little bit more relaxed now. My bed is also not made up. Trash often piles up, but when it does get too full, I take it out.
Lovely Nespresso machine. As you guys know from the last time I did
Espresso,
this
yes.
is the king of the house, the coffee machine. If this dies, I die with it. I do have this little container for the pods.
No, it won't, because you'll probably just have someone from Uber Eats bring you espresso.
But again, I've been too lazy to put them in, and I just rip them out one by one like an animal. Do you see what's in my fridge? We've got some soju. We've got some Heineken, some British chocolate. That's good. We've got butter, mayo. I think the mayo's gone off. This looks bad. Yeah, that's gone off. Okay. Oh, I've got thousands of these things. This is like a vitamin energy drink in Japan. It's really, really good. I recommend trying it if you ever come here. So my fridge is just milk, cheese, alcohol, and chocolate. I mean, that checks out. That does seem like about that. That's.
I have a better diet than he. What the I don't order out as much as you do. What's happening? What's in that British chocolate? And the energy drinks. My God.
That's me. Another thing
Also, I don't drink espresso.
Is plants.
Is that it?
Is
Is that the
I'm
secret
not
to
very
life?
good with the plants. Don't know if you can see this. This little boy is kind of dying. I'm sure I'll be fine.
I killed 6 potatoes trying to grow them.
I replaced my previous dining room table with
fine.
IKEA's finest. This is one of those ones that extends out. If you do this. Now let me show you the living room, which looks much better. Look at this. That's much better.
Yes. Very good.
Because I got curtains. Man discovers curtains. 21st century.
Wait, what happened?
Those koala
Whatever
chairs.
the audio.
You got the old nice coffee table. Nice little carpet. I want to do board games, but
That might go out.
Games, and I also need to get friends. That is part of the board game experience that I'm struggling with. And
You have friends.
Which I love, and also
You just need to find specific friends that aren't going to stalk you.
Now, I thought plants were pretty good at surviving. That was a f***ing lie. Plants are terrible at surviving. Turns out if you just forget one day to water them, they start dying. So
Well, they're fine at surviving without you.
Look at this boy.
It's
It's like already
The
dying.
deciding factor is
I
you.
don't know if this is dying. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a
It's
plant
not.
guy.
It's
I
not.
just
That's
wanted
fine.
Plants. I forgot to water them for about 2 days.
No.
And they started like wilting a bit, but I
It's-
think they're coming back now.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. That little like crispiness at the edge, that's like the dead skin on your arm. You just want to make the stem and the roots cannot go brown.
It's a nice plant though, right? Isn't it nice? With living in Tokyo, you kind of take any chance you can to get something green in your life. I feel like I really miss seeing nature. So
Yeah.
just having a plant to look at. I just sit here for hours at a time, staring at a plant.
Also make sure that you're
Forget
giving
to
it
water
direct
it.
sunlight.
I just stare at it. But also I have a bunch of all the stuff from the Crane Game videos chilling here. We got the cat with the big boy testicles. We got Curiosity over there. We got the Chainsaw Man plush.
I'm
Pen,
missing so
and
much context
hold on.
here. I don't know what the hell this is.
So that is basically the normal parts of my house. Of
Okay.
course, we can't forget the cosplay wardrobe from hell, which I'm scared will fall out if I open this. But this
Yeah,
is
you did
all
it
of the
anyway.
Cosplay from the shitty cosplay videos.
You just need
I'll
some
get rid
you
of
just
it
need
at
some
point,
buckets.
on
No, you
live
won't.
stream. So
No,
check
you
out
won't.
live streams if you wanna
No, you
snag
won't.
one of them.
You'll keep
Or
it. Just
donate
keep it.
the
It's
proceeds to
fine.
charity. This is the bathroom again. Nothing's really changed much. This needs a bit of cleaning. That's about it. But let's get to the thing that you've all been waiting for, at least what I've been waiting to talk about, because I don't really care about the rest of my house.
Sounds
I
so
care
much
about this
better.
room. This is my office. Isn't it sick?
Yay!
Look at all of the beautiful
That is
JoJo
nice.
posters. There are many
I
for the
I am seeing that. I'm seeing a pattern here. First off, I like the choice in foam. Just gonna start the review now. Just start getting that kind of square cube foam is the reason that one's easy to get and use. I don't know about its coverage and how its range of frequencies that it will help affect, but it's a whole lot easier to cut and space out to fill out a room nicely and look more uniform than this kind of stuff, because this is all random and not lapping. That stuff's a little bit more uniform, a little bit more easy, so it's a good choice. I haven't reviewed it, so I don't know what kind of standing waves it helps eliminate. If it's better for high frequency, low frequency, sound absorption, I don't know. But he has something on his walls, so I'm happy.
to behold. Now, I think it's no secret on this channel that I'm cripplingly addicted to an anime called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I don't even
No!
I want to talk about this room, and it
Hey!
genuinely took me.
All right, so let's review the ceiling. He's got some huge foam cubes, some bass traps, some corner bass traps, which I have some smaller ones. Yeah, some smaller ones on the four corners of my ceiling. He also has the same, not those. Oh, they're on that side. I think they are. Yeah, they're corner wedges that are like that kind of help prevent from bass building and lingering in a corners, and he's put them in the right spots. I like that. And it's even, it's uniform. There's a little bit of pinching from the tacks, but I don't blame him for using more of like a tack situation, because it's going to leave less of a mark than if he was to spray it and glue it on there. Over time, the foam may either, depending on the foam, may either adhere to it too strongly and rip a lot of paint off when he does remove it, or it's not going to adhere strongly and it's all just going to fall down over time. And so that's a balancing act. And if you're renting an apartment like he is, especially in Japan, that's probably going to be a huge no-no. But leaving a very small pinprick where you could, if you wanted to, just go over it with a tiny amount of plaster that just matches the color, no one would know. But if you rip out a huge section of paint or paper, wallpaper, that's a little bit more noticeable.
Like 2 to 3
So.
weeks of just focusing on this room and planning everything out.
Good.
To get it perfect. And I'm not gonna lie, I think it looks amazing. I'm genuinely proud
It's not bad.
of something in my house for once. Normally my house was just this thing that I didn't want people to see because it was embarrassing, because I didn't care about it. It was just a place where I just died and masturbated, I guess. I don't really know what I was expecting. I should probably talk about the most glaring thing other than all of the JoJo merchandise.
Ooh, well, yes.
This wall, like it's all covered, right?
Yes.
It's all got foam and.
It looks like it's just a layer of the foam. It doesn't look like there's anything between the foam. Looks like it's just the foam. So maybe, I mean, it doesn't look any thicker than this stuff. So it's not really preventing sound from leaving the room or sound from getting in, but it's just meant to break up the frequencies, break up the waves, which is fine.
Beautiful stuff on it. So,
as long as
let me
the apartment
explain
is quiet.
why it is. So you've seen this foam like a million times in like a million YouTube videos. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But what exactly is it for? Well, it's not for making your room soundproof. It's for making
No.
the reverberation a lot less, I guess. So if you hear me now talking in this room, even with this like tiny mic here,
Yes.
it should sound a lot nicer.
I'm
than when
excited.
Talking in here, which is like my bathroom area, you might notice that the audio is a little shittier. But when we go in here, you'll notice that there's no kind of reverberation or echo on the audio at all.
Yes. Yay! I'm so happy. Thank you. I don't know if he's been watching my video. Probably not. But yes, thank God he did that. Now that I'm looking behind it, there's all kinds of inconsistencies in the foam. But I'm not going to judge him on that. It's how it sounds. There is no reverb. There is no echo, technically. Well, there's no echo. Echo and reverb are different. There is, from what I can hear, there's a little bit of a kind of boxiness, which you can still get if you sound treat a space with acoustic foam. If the space is too tall or it's too big, there is this kind of where it's not really the reverb is bouncing back. It's the reverb isn't breaking up enough, and it's kind of lingering in corners, so you get this kind of boxy sound, which is why I put a bass trap over me. If y'all saw my video where I built this space, it had that same kind of boxy sound until I essentially brought the ceiling down with a large bass trap. So because there's this huge hole in the ceiling, it kind of like raises a little bit higher. That's probably what's happening. If he was to put some bass traps that just kind of hang down a little bit, it'd probably help eliminate that, or even just put them in various corners where it's so the bass trap is kind of like this. Oh, you can't see from this angle, but it's a material that's designed to absorb sounds. It's the kind of stuff that you'd use in more soundproofing. The foam is sound treatment. There's certain materials that would be more soundproofing. Not necessarily, you can never make something soundproof. But if it's a material that's designed to absorb sound, a bass, which will basically enter into the loose fibers and basically get trapped and won't come out. That's essentially the purpose. So if he wanted to go a little bit extra further, if he wanted to go a little bit further with this, then he would like put up some bass traps. But as of right now, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's fine. It's going to sound very different in a video than it does on a microphone. So, but from listening to what I can hear, I think whatever is going to be in the microphone is going to be professional sounding studio. It's money making stuff.
It's nice. It's super nice, and it means that I can use this room to record professional audio as well when I do voice acting. Lamau, remember when CDawg was a voice actor, right? I still do it occasionally. All right, don't at me, okay? But this was super annoying to do.
Did I add him?
These all come in like 5 blocks by 5, right? So you got to figure out how the gonna get it around the whole room, and how you still have room for decoration such as the JoJo posters. Because I don't want the room to just...
It's so important that he has the JoJo posters. One thing that I would say that he could have done, it's something that I'm probably going to be doing with one of my picture frames and one of my posters, is he can actually take those, if there's a gap, or if there's space behind them or in them, he could actually take some of the rock wool, dry wool that's used in bass traps to actually fill in that space and essentially use those posters as bass traps. He could do that if he wanted. That's a very easy, and due to the fact that it's hidden behind the poster, it's not going to ugly up the space, and it's both decorative and functional. So that's something that he could do in the future if they have like a gap between the frame and the actual picture itself, where you could actually put something in there. But I don't know. It's just an idea.
Like that's boring. I still want it to have a ton of character.
Yeah.
And also, I love these posters to death. So
no shit.
But if you've been following me on any of my platforms or anything, you might know that I had a bit of trouble with my neighbors. They complained about me and my loudness, and I got noise complaints. So I went out of my way this time to actually put some soundproofing on the wall, and that's not this foam stuff. That's not the soundproofing. There's actually 3 layers of stuff on this wall. That
Oh,
I
there
did
is.
all by myself, and it took so goddamn long. And I wish I paid someone else to do it because doing it ever again. But let me kind of like show you what it is. So one of the
Is it-
foam
is it
things
moving
here
blankets?
actually fell off my wall, and I
Okay.
had to put it back on because I wanted to show you.
Is it moving
As you
blankets?
can see here, there's 2 layers, right? There's this
It's
of, like,
moving
fluffy
blankets.
stuff, and there's this black hard stuff. So this is a vinyl layer, and this is more
Yes.
rubbery, and it absorbs like really big sound. So if I'm like shouting, it'll help absorb it a ton. And then underneath it is another layer to help absorb more sound.
So I love what he did. By the way, I love everything that he's doing with the studio right now. I have no like negativity towards what he's doing. Good on him. I'm glad he has a space that he can do like professional work now. However, the mass-loaded vinyl that he used, which is I'm assuming the kind that he has, isn't really to absorb. That's not the absorbing material. The mass-loaded vinyl is actually more of a blocker. It's to prevent sound from getting through. That's actually to prevent it. The loose fibers that was under that, the gray and the red and the blue, which is very much like the sound blankets that I have on my wall. In fact, I think it's the same stuff. Those loose fibers, those are the absorbing material. The sound, especially the bassiness, goes in. It shakes the fibers, and because they're all loose, they absorb the energy from the waves, the sound waves, and it just kind of dissipates throughout the material. The mass-loaded vinyl, however, is to prevent stuff from getting through. So I actually would have done it the other way. I would have had the mass-loaded vinyl and then the sound blankets or the absorbent material on this side, so that if his goal is to prevent stuff from getting out. Now, if he's to prevent stuff from getting in, that's probably the right direction. However, if he wanted to go even further, it would be absorbing material, mass-loaded vinyl, absorbent material. So there's equal layers of preventing his voice from going out and preventing noise from coming in. Either way, it's still functional. It still works regardless of what side you put it on, regardless of what he's calling it. It still works. He still did a good job. He did his research. Good on him.
Some spare that I can show you. This is that stuff in a big roll. It's
Yes.
fluffy, probably not very healthy to breathe in. So if you do work with it, probably wear a mask like I
Yeah.
do. Connor does DIY. Now, most of the responsible adults watching this are probably wondering, Connor, how did you attach that to the wall? Is that allowed? Is that going to like ruin your deposit? No, it's fine. I actually found a Japanese blog post where a guy was detailing how to put up more soundproofing material without damaging the wall and risking your deposit.
Like I was talking about.
You can just use like those really small staple guns
Yeah.
to hold it up. The vinyl layer, the black stuff that I showed you, is really heavy, but somehow it still manages to keep it all up.
Because it has a whole bunch of tiny points of contact. If it was just like you were just trying to hold it up by the corners, that's not going to work. You have to have a bunch. Not too much, but you have to dissipate the weight. You have to, all of these points have to share the load.
And I've had no issues so far. Maybe a giant earthquake will destroy. So essentially I had to get the big ass rolls of fluff and the plastic stuff.
Yep.
And I had to just cut it by hand and then staple it to the wall.
Did you do a video on
It
this?
took so goddamn long and was so expensive, but I'm so glad because now I don't have to worry about making any noise.
Making this studio took like 4 days. I know exactly what he's talking about. I've never had to put up the mass-loaded vinyl, which is extremely heavy, but having to do like 8.5 feet, from floor to ceiling of 2 layers, 3 layers of treatment. Dude, Connor, I feel for you. Good job. It looks great. It sounds great. Good on you.
Any time of the day. There is zero way my neighbors are going to hear me. It is beautiful.
Wow.
Also up there, I have a ton put up. Got some sound cubes there. That helps capture the sound in the corners. Kind of nice. I didn't actually put some on these walls. I wanted some white in the room to help with the light, and I noticed that when I put the sound things up, the light in the room just disappeared. There was just no light in the room. Even with these 4 lights up here, there was no light getting anywhere in the room.
That is absolutely true. I've actually started, I don't think I've ever shown it, but I've actually started putting foam panels on the ceiling in this room, which had a white, which is just a white ceiling, and I'm only like a little less than halfway down, and the light in the room just dropped dramatically. So yeah, that will happen. So when you're putting together a studio and you're using any dark colors that's non-reflective, you're covering up white, you're putting up mass-loaded vinyl, you're putting up sound blankets, be aware that you're going to have to put light in here, which is why I am surrounded at all corners by so many goddamn lights.
It was so annoying. Another thing that I did, it wasn't just the walls that I did. I actually did the floor as well.
Carpet.
Show you this. Here
You're
is one of
doing-
the carpets, right? All these carpets are just this.
Yep,
Right.
mass loaded.
And below this is the hardwood floor that you would see in the rest of my apartment. So I actually put another layer of the vinyl stuff on the floor on top of a thick carpet with a bunch of layers. Let me try and zoom in on this to show you. So this carpet is also actually supposed to be noise reducing carpet. It's got a bunch of layers, as you can see.
It's got rubber and it's got,
each one is supposed to do something and reduce
got air
noise.
pockets.
Getting the walls and the floor
Good job.
soundproofed and doing all of that alone took like 2 weeks. Like hand cutting this stuff and then
Oh
getting
God,
it
did he
all
do a video on
finished was
this? I
so
really
much
hope he
more
did a
difficult
video.
than I thought. I'd probably spent about 4 to 5 days straight
Oh man.
just doing the walls. It took so long, but I'm so glad I did it because the results are amazing. And I'm super happy with it. And that's why I'm showing you guys.
And I'm happy
I'm so
of you.
proud of my work. I feel like a kindergartner just going to his mom with his macaroni art. Look, Mom, look what I did. Look.
And I would happily put that on my fridge. Good job. Yes. The carpet is also very important. I'm glad he did extra research into that as well. Some people don't know that the floor is just as reflective and is just as important, even if you're on the bottom floor of an apartment. I have a layer of rubber underneath a layer of carpet in here because it was originally just tile floor, and so I've done the exact same, and it made a huge difference. Good on him. I'm loving this.
So on top of that, I had a challenge of, okay, I need to get these posters up because I want to get them all lined up. And
You
cool
needed
like
to
this,
get the
but I need
posters
to
up.
measure it all out, and I need to cut all these soundproof foam
Yeah.
things to the exact right dimension so there's no room left. We managed to do it. So the posters are attached by command strips. I don't know if you've seen them. There's like
I will
things
say,
you can
I
put on walls.
will
So
say,
if you move a-
I will say one thing, because he has such a large wall of posters, and they have like this kind of like plastic or plexiglass or whatever over them. I'm assuming it's not actual glass, especially if he's just holding them up by, adhesive strips. This did, however, kind of create a reflective, an almost entirely reflective wall. However, due to the fact that the opposite wall is treated very well, and doesn't have as many posters, essentially what he has is a live wall and a dead wall, which means that one side is going to bounce back more, and the other one, there's not going to be as much reflection. Which is actually a good thing if you're getting into music. If you're getting into music, you do want one wall to be a little bit more live. It makes the space that you're recording in sound more organic and sound a little bit more real, rather than in voiceover, essentially you want everything to be almost completely dead, which does make the recording sound a little bit more artificial and not as organic, but you do that so that it's easier for a studio and an engineer to actually edit your voice to make it sound like it fits anywhere. You're giving them less color from the space so that they can add artificial color to make it sound like it fits anywhere. But if you have a live wall, not that this is going to affect that. I don't think it's going to affect it all that much. That's just one of the reasons that you try to avoid it. If you actually add environmental color, reflection, reverberance, all that kind of stuff, then it's hard to take that out in post. But due to the fact that he has one wall that's treated, any sound wave, any standing wave that's going to be bouncing between is basically, even if it does reflect off the live wall, it's going to hit the dead wall, and it's basically just going to die there. That's why it's called dead wall. So, still good.
A little bit. It's pretty safe. We've had earthquakes and they haven't fallen yet. None of them have fallen. Fingers crossed none of them do fall. And then we have a whole LED bar going through.
I saw that. I
And the
like
best
that.
thing
Nice
about
touch.
this LED bar is that you can actually change the color of the light.
I love LEDs.
You should play clips of my live stream. So these LED bars are also Philips Hue ones, and also this light is.
Oh,
So
when the
this
pressure's on, it's
there.
hard to
Also have one
perform.
up there that lights there. Really
Ah,
nice.
all
The
too
reason
familiar.
Why I got these things specifically, they're really expensive, but when I'm
They're
live
pretty.
streaming, people can actually use their channel points on my Twitch channel to change the color of the lights
Nice.
while I'm streaming. One time I was streaming on
Nice.
stream, and people kept changing the f***ing lights. By the way, this is a plug for my Twitch channel. I'm
Why were
always
you
streaming on my
Why are you sleeping on a stream? How? You won't clean up the trash and you sleep on a stream? What kind of human being are you?
Twitch channel. Please come check it out. Please come with my lights. You can change them. I'm always live.
If you're ever asleep while someone is watching you, I absolutely mess with his lights.
Look how beautiful they are.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, they're so beautiful, man.
You have a fetish.
Ooh. Oh, they're beautiful. I'm realizing so far this isn't a very funny video. It's more me just
I'm loving it.
How much work I put into art.
I'm loving it. No, good for you. You've earned it.
I guess it's cool. I don't know if it's useful or not.
It is.
I really love showing this off. Okay, I put so much work
Good.
into it. Let me have this, all right? I
You can have it.
wanted my room to be visually nice and pleasant to work in. I wanted to be in a room where I'm like, yeah, I love working in here. Now, one other big benefit to having these soundproof panels, these ones are actually ones that have like...
Not soundproof. That is one thing that's gonna. Even though I'm loving everything else, I'm gonna ding you on this, bro. I'm gonna ding you on this. Sound treatment. Sound treatment. There's sound treatment and there's soundproof. I'm gonna ding you on that, just because I'm trying. I just want to find something to pick on because I love everything else.
Holes in between, right? So you can
it's supposed to be there.
Cables in between, actually. So this is a Valve Index thing. So this is how you do VR, right? And instead of having the wire be all ugly and like going down, I've actually got it going through all of these.
Very nice.
It goes all the way down, follows it down.
Very nice.
The outlets down there. So all the cable management is on point in my office. We got the other one here. And
Good.
It goes all the way down here. And the same with the LED strips. The cables all run down here. And they route all the way down to that, where the other socket is. And I have a big ass power cable thing here, where I just shovel the cables in that I got from IKEA for like $2. So this is all of my...
Somebody likes IKEA. I don't know if they were going to sponsor him.
I've got some posters behind it. What I really wanted was to have something here that I could move out of the way or out of the room when I'm playing VR. I have a VR headset here, which I occasionally do VR streams. So if you want to watch that, check it out. Are you guys all regulars here?
Do you have the bananas?
All right, hold up. Get out of my face. What the fuck? I've managed to get all of my JoJo merch here, and I even
why would you do?
And also, I made it safe as well.
PvP and
kind of
live
to the thing to stop it from falling down during earthquakes. As these things.
I have a confession to make. After saying all of this JoJo stuff, I haven't seen a single episode of JoJo. I know of the anime. I know a few people that have done the American dub or the English dub, but I have never seen any of it. I've been told it's probably one of the weirdest animes that exists, and I'm hoping one of these days to just sit down and watch a chunk of it. But that's my confession. I haven't seen any of it. So don't judge me on that, but I haven't.
Things are like very top heavy. So now
there's lots of animes I haven't seen.
They don't fall over. I've also tried to organize it better. These are all the JoJo tie pins I have, and I got a little case for them. Cute. So this is the storage area where I keep a lot of the stuff that I use. So
the JoJo storage.
To be able to move. So I got one with wheels, and
JoJo wheels.
The cupboard. I just pull it out of
the JoJo cupboard.
Like this, and boom, I can access my cupboards. I do realize I hung up my 1 million golden play button here, but the JoJo merch blocks it. I guess the JoJo merch is more important.
Showing your priorities. I mean, Mike, has he done anything for JoJo? Has he done any voiceover? They should just like an honorary spot. He needs to do some character just so he can get that out of his system. Because my God, I don't know if I've know anyone who has loved an anime as so specifically as he.
So it's not really a big deal. Yeah, I also have the Kermit painting that I drew on that one live stream. These are the Kill by Kill in-between frames, and they're signed by the gentleman from Joey's video, who interviewed Trigger. So that was cool. And also I have the JoJo prints, the Dio prints. They're so sexy. Look at these boys. Ooh! Oh, damn! Look at this boy! This is my storage area. This is where I keep everything. I try to keep it all neat and tidy-ish, to the best of my ability.
And there's JoJo stuff in there.
I've sorted it out more than last time.
Hey!
Cables and stuff.
Yeah!
Everything's kind of somewhat organized.
That's not bad!
And with the bottom, I just gave up and threw everything in. Listen, I'm allowed to be lazy, okay? All right? Don't worry about it.
That's actually...
Put all the box.
That's not that bad. That's actually not that bad. That was well organized. That was pretty good. The wire management is pretty good. I mean, the floor is clean. The shelf is organized. I think it's fine.
I have this drawer as well. I think I had this in my previous office. Just kind of keep random shit.
Yeah.
And
you always need at least one catch-all.
My monitor boxes, JoJo figures stuff, JoJo poster stuff. kind of trying
You
to
keep
get
the
as much
boxes?
stuff in here and as organized as possible.
As much JoJo
And I also
stuff in
have
there.
a tie box. These are all
JoJo
the Part
ties?
4 ties, and I got them in a nice little tie case. So, yeah, it's cute, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Is it cute?
This is like the most organized room in the house by
Yeah.
a long shot. I kinda
Because
don't
it's your
really give a shit about
JoJo
the other
worship
rooms.
area.
The living room, I just want it to be kind of clean. I want to be able to chill in there, eat my
Yeah.
dinner and stuff. I don't like eating food in my office unless I have to.
Good.
I like to relax in the other rooms. I would probably argue I spend about 80% of my entire time in this room
Good.
rather than sleep. But, I have to tell you, the highlight of my office is definitely the desk setup. Let me show you this bad boy desk.
Here we
Let me
go.
Get rid of this Uber Eats thing that shows my address, actually.
Oh, for the love of God.
All right, this is my desk. It's like
Did
Giga Optimal.
Did you have a Uber Eats bag just here? Did he? Come on. Oh, I don't eat in here. Oh, here's an Uber Eats bag.
To just be good and work, even though I've had a ton of PC issues. That's why I have another PC there. I'm trying to fix it all.
Well, you always need backups anyway.
I guess I should run through everything, right? This is for streaming. This changes the streams. This is measuring all the audio levels. So that's picking up on this mic right now. So you can turn it down like this. This is like the volume for the people who are talking to you in game. This is the volume for the like game itself, and then the music.
Not
And you can
too
press around
familiar with
the sound
that.
effects and stuff. So yeah, it's really cool. I love
that
using this
setup.
thing. It's amazing. I've got an
Not
eye
really much of
tracker
a
here
streamer,
that I haven't
but-
used yet. I want to use it on a stream at some point.
Eye tracker.
I just don't know
Oh,
when.
gotcha.
A bunch of cables there. It's a little messy, I know, but I'm trying
It's
my
not
best
that
here.
bad.
Wet wipes. I promise that's not for gross things. That's just there.
It's for gross things. It's his JoJo worship area. It's for gross things.
And the best thing is that the cable management is as good as I could get it. I'm trying to get no cables on the floor. There are some that are like attached and yeah. It hasn't worked perfectly, but it works. Because this is a standing desk. I click 2, it'll go up.
Okay.
And I had to cable manage it
Nice.
so that it could go up fully.
I've-
Erect fully.
I've been trying to get a standing desk for a long time. So I have a sit-down desk, and obviously when I'm in here, I have the keyboard and mouse, which is at appropriate arm's length from where I'm standing, so I can do work, or I can do voiceover while I'm in here. But then this is all wireless, so I can just pick up my keyboard, take the dongle, take it in there. Sometimes I can just leave the door open and then work in here, but there's a little bit of lag. And when I'm doing like specific fine-tune editing, I want to make sure that I got the dongle not far from the key and mouse. So.
Erect, my king. Okay, that's gonna hit the roof. So yeah, I can essentially go all the way up here when it's set correctly, and then I can actually access my balcony. Under here. So you can get to the balcony. You just have to like crawl a little bit. But I think it's better than nothing, right?
Couldn't you
All
get through the
like,
balcony
rat's
from
nest
the?
of cables
Do you have 2 balconies?
goes and is all kind of linked
This
up,
is a different
and
bedroom,
it
I
goes
guess.
all the way down here, and that is a mess. All right, I'll give you that. But there are like 5,000 cables, so I think
Yeah.
it's pretty good. So yeah, that
It's
is
not bad.
basically my office. There's not much more left.
Even the messiest part of his office with the wires and cables, which having multiple screens, doing live streams, having a wireless setup, I think that's all forgivable. That's totally fine.
To it. There's a few things that I need to do, and I need to clean it up here and there. But for the most part, everything that is difficult to place or is kind of annoying to place, I've done it. It took, like I said, about in total, I would say about 2 to 3 weeks of total like work and fixing, lots of troubleshooting. It was kind of a pain in the ass, but I think overall the office looks really, really good now. I feel like I'm kind of stuck here now. I feel like after putting in this much work into decorating my goddamn room, I could never leave this fucking apartment. Maybe I will.
Kind
at
of.
some point. I don't know. I would love to do this again if I ever move somewhere else, but definitely I don't want to do it.
My rule of thumb is if you do any kind of major update or you do any kind of change, stay in the place long enough for all of this to pay itself off before even thinking about moving. So I'm sure, especially through streaming, he will have basically vindicated this new setup rather quickly. So, that's the only criteria that I have. I would say for as much work as he put in, basically each week would be a year. And I think he said like four or 5 weeks. I think that's what he said to do the whole thing. So he's looking at like probably 5, maybe more years in this apartment to make the effort worth it. But other than that, whatever.
It was so annoying doing this alone. I thought that cable managing the PC would be like a 2-hour thing. That alone took like a full day. And then whenever
2
I have
hours?
any issues with the PC or the cables, I have to then undo everything
Yep.
and then redo it again.
Start all over
and then I
again.
had a problem where for some reason the monitors, the PC monitors, the audio just wasn't working on them. I didn't know what it was. I tried every solution I could find out, and I just gave up. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to buy speakers. And then I had the problem of how the do I set up the speakers, because speakers have a shit ton of wires. And yeah, so it's pretty much a never-ending struggle of me dying, mainly complaining, and hopefully getting stuff right. But it's kind of gotten to the point now where I'm quite happy.
Good.
And it all works pretty well. And for once, it's all cable managed. There's no ugly cables anywhere except for behind the PC. But everyone knows that doesn't count. Everyone knows cables behind the PC.
Very, very proud of
It's
you.
like if it's
You should be
behind
very,
the
very
TV,
proud.
It doesn't exist, right? Come on, guys. Don't out me like this. All right?
Yeah.
So if Felix watches this again, I hope this is another S tier rating. I think for The Office alone, this deserves an S tier. I also did it myself. That deserves bonus points. I don't know why it does, but I think it
S
does. It may not
tier?
be-
I give it a high B. Not that, not shitting on it too much, mostly just because the JoJo posters take up too much real estate. The cutting of the foam is a bit jank, and there is the issue with the bass. So I'm not going to say S tier, but his effort definitely shows, and it's definitely worth the time that he put in. So
be as
good on you.
extravagant as some other YouTubers out there who have their $5 million LA mansion where they have like rooms they don't even know existed.
I hate those people.
It's kind of cozy,
They're
but
assholes.
big enough where I don't feel like I'm stuck working here all the time. For
Yeah.
me, it's like the perfect apartment. I don't need more than like 2 fucking rooms and a living room.
Yes.
That's literally all I need.
An
I just want one
office
room
and a
work
place
in,
to sleep.
One room to sleep in and one room to chill in.
good.
And I'm happy. I don't need no big ass mansion. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys like my office. I've been really wanting to show this
I
off
love
for,
it.
like a long time.
You did a
now.
good job.
I feel like a proud dad with this room. Every time I take people in here, they're like, "Whoa, it's sick! What the?" I'm like, yeah, kinda, I guess. Oh, jeez, I don't know. I'm like crying at all the hours I put into it. Like, it's good, right? I've never done like a big DIY thing before. This is probably the biggest thing I've ever done in my life, and genuinely, it feels so goddamn good. I'm sure that I have done some things incorrectly or inefficiently, but for me, I'm really happy, and I'm really just happy with everything right now. And I hope you guys also like the room, and I hope you guys can also appreciate all the work that's gone into this.
I do.
No, it's my room. I don't care what you think, actually. I lied. It's my room, not yours. But yeah, that's enough of me milking my apartment. I won't be doing it anymore now because I've pretty much milked every aspect of it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys like it, and come
Well
check out
done.
the stream, so you can come see it, and you can come interact with the lights, and you can come check
And we can
out
wake
the
you while you're
I stream all
sleeping
the time, so,
and
make sure you
eating
follow
your
me on Twitch. Hope you guys
Uber
enjoyed this video.
Eats.
All right, I gotta go and clean my apartment now, otherwise Felix will probably get mad at me again. So, yeah, I'll go and do that now. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Good on Felix for for dogging him for that. Yeah, I think that was well done. I think it was a really good set. Also, I think that was the Neumann TLM 104 or 106. I didn't focus on which one he had, but he's got a good microphone, which is incredibly sensitive. So you have to have that kind of space to put it in. Otherwise, it's going to very accurately show you the room's flaws. But I don't think there were that many. I pointed out the few that there were. I think that he did a good job. He should be very proud of what he did. The mass-loaded vinyl is a huge, huge improvement to One Studio. It was actually something that I was looking at before, but buying it to cover as large a space as this was didn't really fit my budget at the time. It's definitely something that I still have bookmarked and plans for in the future studio. So I just have multiple layers of moving blankets, which has worked fine for me. Just making sure that if it's the loudest period or the noisiest time of day, that I just don't record. That's it. The majority of the time, while everyone else is at work, it's pretty silent. It's pretty good. Also, using a shotgun mic helps because it doesn't pick up as much of the space around me. Which maybe, if he wanted to alleviate that, some of any possible issues that he has in the future, it could just be as simple as just switching to a shotgun mic for him. But either way, this was good. I'm glad you guys suggested this. even though I know you guys will not stop suggesting CDawgVA videos, and I will do my best to try to react and review them fairly. It is good that he has a place to record and to get back into doing voiceover, because I enjoy doing voiceover, and as someone who, built his own studio, does work, and enjoys it, it always breaks my heart when someone has to like pause or stop for whatever reason. So since he now has a place that he can do that on a more professional and official level, I'm very happy for him, and the studio looks and sounds great. So, yeah. So that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Totally fine. Subscribe if you're new, bell for notifications, and leave down in the comments section below. I'd like to see me cover any other videos, and I know it's going to be CDawgVA videos. But link to his video and his channel will be in the description, as always. And it's going to be it. And until next time, peace.